But was the Lord getting my attention? Was the Lord trying to get my attention for the last 3 years to the 15th of Sivan? Or was he getting my attention for June 17th? Do you remember this? How about this one? Remember our sister? Remember our sister Jodelle, brothers and sisters? Remember our sister Jodelle? She shared that incredible confirmation that I was bawling about, that I was excited about. When I had prayed in the shower and I said, Lord, I'm going to take this video down because what I've just told them in it. Have I understood what you said? Have I understood that 14 equals 50? And I asked for a confirmation of the number 50, and in it, she sends me an email letting me know that it's so important and it was completely Holy Spirit led. And I had just prayed the prayer about an hour and a half before I got this email, because I was going to take the video down by the next morning. You guys all know the story. I said, Lord, catch my attention with a number 50, and however you're going to reveal this confirmation to me. And in this email, being Holy Spirit led, after she got an extreme attack that caused her to vomit in a spiritual attack, the Holy Spirit came in, took away that spiritual attack, and gave her a message for me. And it was the message that I just prayed quietly at about 11:45 that night. This came in at 12:40 a.m., like an hour later. I saw it at about 1:15 a.m. on March 11th. Okay? And it was the number 50, and I started to freak out. And then she goes on and says, after I had finally settled down, and it took me hours to settle down after watching that video of yours, because I knew that I was supposed to let you know you are, and she put in brackets from the Holy Spirit, right on target. Remember? What does right on target mean, brothers and sisters? Does right on target mean the arrow hits right here? Does it mean the arrow hits right here, or right here, or over here, or over here? Or is right on target right here? This would be right on target, wouldn't it? Darn right it is. Darn right it is. In this email, she also had a strange video pop up that she had never seen before. And she knew, because of how the Holy Spirit works with her, to send me this video, and that when I saw it, I would understand. But she didn't understand. But that I would understand. And that this video was from 2010, relating to information a guy had received back in 2005. We've spoken about this video a number of times, and we've shown parts of it. This video proves that the pandemic that we're in was a plandemic. The elites had this plan for many, many, many years. They were expecting that Israel and the Middle East would have been attacked first, that they would have accomplished that goal first. Then they were going to release the pandemic that he describes as China getting a cold. And he says, they were told China would catch a cold. That this would then mutate into the Western world, and the Western world would be in a panic, and there would be lockdown everywhere. This was from a 2010 video. Exactly what we're living in right now today. And he said after that, in a short period of time after, World War III would begin. We also have a rabbi's prophecy from many, many, many years ago, decades and decades ago, that said 75 years after World War II, after the Second World War, the Third World War would start. For all those wondering when 75 years is, I believe it's September 15th or 2nd or something like that. 2020. That's right. That's right. Another prophecy. How about the prophecy of the popes? The prophecy of the pope said what? There would be 111, and the 112th would be the final pope. Who was the 112th pope? Pope Francis. It said during his reign, it would be the time of tribulation that he would be taking the church through. Pope Francis is that final pope. His name was even there as Petrus Romanus, right? All of these prompts. Sea of Galilee would be full when Messiah would return. Hello, Sea of Galilee. After decades, it's the fullest it's ever been, right? So full, they're releasing it in parts. When there's elections and no government. They just went through elections and no government. 3 elections in Israel. And now they're not really, they'll tell you it's a full government. It is not. There's 2 leaders. There's no such thing as government with 2 leaders. And do you know why? Because they're not allowed to make their own policy changes however they want. They're only allowed to do pandemic moves and stuff with the West Bank. It's not a regular government. All of these prophecies are happening right now today. But with this one, they expected to destroy Israel and parts of the Middle East in a short war first, and then the pandemic. We know they weren't able to get that war yet because that'll be in God's timing. And so the pandemic ended up coming first, the plandemic that they did. What do we know comes next? We've been talking about it for over 2 years. Israel will be destroyed. Not while the bride is here, and it will be after the 40 days of the Lord, of the Son of Man. So when she sent me this video, that stuff blew me away, that it was part of their plans. But what they failed to know is that it's going to be in God's timing. As much as they think it's part of their plan, it's already in God's plan. But the first thing I saw when I saw this video was the date, June 17th.